Next week is Valentine's Day and I'm super excited. Hi guys, welcome in and/or welcome back to my channel, Home of Christy T. I'm Christy T, interior designer, content creator, and lover of all things home decor and DIY. In today's video, I'm excited to be bringing you guys along for some Valentine's Day inspired crafts / gift ideas. So let's get started. So getting started in today's first project is going to be a DIY Chihari arched backdrop. Now you guys have seen these all over the internet, all over Pinterest, Facebook, anything. You have seen these arched backdrops, and today I wanted to bring you guys along for an affordable way to create these backdrops that can also be deconstructed so you can easily store it and reuse it for multiple projects. I headed over to the Dollar Tree to pick up these foam boards. I picked up a total of 7 of these, and you can customize how many of these you want to use based on the height that you would like to use for your arched backdrop. So first things first, we are going to measure our board, and for reference, if you decide to use the same boards I'm using from the Dollar Tree, these measured 2 feet 6 inches, so about half of that would be 1 foot 3 inches, and that is where I'm going to make my mark. And next, I'm using this piece of leftover poster board paper, but you can also pick this up from Dollar Tree. And I'm also going to be using these push pins to mark the center of our board that we just marked with our tape measure. Now, once you have that, you're going to swing that around to the edge of your board. This is just going to help you be able to figure out exactly how high up your arch can go. And you're going to make your second dot over on that corner. As you'll see here, I'm using my push pin to do that, and then I'm taking my pencil in that dot and swinging it around my board. This is going to give me that perfect arch shape, and depending on how big or small your boards are, that's going to determine how your arch will come out. But if you use this method, you'll get a nice smooth clean arch shape. Part 2 of this involves using a nice straight edge, so I'm going to be using this one, which has a nice fresh new blade on it, which I just used it earlier, so it's a little bit, you know, it's got a little crust on it, but other than that, it's fresh and new and nice and sharp. And you're just going to go around your board cutting out according to the shape that you just drew. The first pass is going to be for the actual just kind of scoring, and the second pass is to actually pass through it. When you're done, you should have an arch just like this. And the next step is to simply attach all the rest of your boards to the arch, and you just want to use packaging tape or any strong duct tape for this. And if I give you any pro tip, is you want to make sure that those edges of the long side of the board are pushed nice and tight together, as you see me doing here, and then pull that tape over. You don't really want to have any gaps in between, as it's going to make your board have less structure. So you're going to see me repeat that really quick, and then I'll be back. And once that is done, they will look like this, and you can choose to stop here, but we are going to kind of proceed forward because we want to add a little bit more structure. So if you don't want to have necessarily any more structure, which I don't see why you wouldn't, you can just lean them up against the wall, but we're going to add a little bit more structure to this project. So for this next part, I am using some leftover chipboard that I had from the previous project, but if you don't have any chipboard on hand or don't want to go out and purchase any, you can also use some additional foam board pieces to add some extra stability to your arched backdrop. Now I'm going to be securing these with tape because that's what I found to be the best method, but you can also use hot glue if you want to add to the sturdiness of this. And of course, my lovely assistant Coco had to come over and help me with this part of the project. So one thing apparently that didn't get recorded was how I attached the feet to the back of this. I just used the leftover corner straps from cutting the arch to attach to the back using tape, and it gave it the stability it needed. So the next idea that I want to show you guys is how to make these Valentine's Day, birthday, any kind of event, anniversary kind of light up bags. Now I did see something similar to this on Amazon, which I will leave link below if you decide to want to go purchase it, but I'm going to show you a DIY way that you can make these very easy and very affordable. So for this project, you will be needing a few things, which I'll also be leaving linked down below, but that is going to be brown paper bags or white paper bags, a set of letters, which I printed these out using just the regular standard at home printer, a basic font, obviously because I want to use my straight edge, but you can cut these out on Cricut, but I just found it easier to do so with my straight edge or X-Acto knife, a pencil, and a cutting board. The cutting board is just so that you can easily cut through without cutting to the other side of the bag. So first things first, we are going to insert that cutting board inside our bag. Now once again, the importance of this is so that you do not cut through to the other side of the bag. So if you don't have a cutting board, make sure you use something sturdy inside, which you'll see me later go ahead and add something extra inside for a little bit extra stability. But other than that, a cutting board works perfectly. Next, I'm taking my pencil to add some connecting lines so that when I'm cutting through, the bag isn't losing the structure by me cutting these straight lines. So then I'm taking my X-Acto knife, and this was the importance of using a simple letter template. This is just going to make it a lot easier for your X-Acto knife to cut, and you don't have to make too many curves or special extra moves. So using my X-Acto knife, I can go ahead and cut through both the paper and the bag itself. As you can see here, the cutting board is starting to appear because I'm pulling out the portions that I've already cut. And finally, once that is all done, you can simply go ahead and remove the template and also remove the cutting board, and you should be left with something like this. And I'm just going to go ahead and repeat that for all of the letters that I have to do, and then I'll be right back to show you guys how this project turned out. So finally, to complete this project, we are going to use these battery powered tea lights that I also picked up from the Dollar Tree in a 3-pack, and we're going to place each one in a bag. And your final project should look something like this. Now for the next and final project that we're going to be creating in today's video, I wanted to show you how to make some custom shirts using the Cricut. Now I wanted to do these couple inspired. So first things first, we are heading over to Cricut and we're going to create this design that I have decided to include for this. Now I will be possibly leaving a link to this design if you decide to use it for yourself. So once you're over in Cricut, we're just going to select to make a new design project, and what we're going to do is click templates. This is where you can create or use a template based on whatever you're creating, whether that's a luggage tag, a t-shirt, tennis shoes, crock pot, doors, whatever you want to do. It creates like a base layer. Now this isn't a printable something that you can cut, but it's more just like a template or a reference that you can use to size your images and products. Now once we have those selected, I'm just going to select the size, which I'm going to put in an extra large, and then we're going to go over here to upload and select upload image. Now once this is done, we're going to go over to Canva, which is where I created my design and where you guys can go over and find the link to this, which is once again linked down below for your use. And then once you have your design as desired, we can go ahead and save that and upload it into our Cricut. Now once that is downloaded, we can go over to Cricut and press browse, and we're going to select the images that we just downloaded to our computer, and you can select basic, moderate, or complex. I just always choose moderate or complex just because, but we had already removed the background of this image, so that is something we didn't have to worry about for this. We're going to select cut image because we don't want a printing cut for this. This is just something we want the Cricut to cut itself. So we're just going to save that, and then we're also going to go ahead and upload the other file which we're creating for my shirt. Once again, check that link out below if you want to use this file for your projects. And once we have both files uploaded, then we can go ahead and add them into our canvas. Now that they are in our canvas, we can go ahead and manipulate them however we'd like to. And if you have Cricut Access Plan, then you can use a lot of their pro features that they have in their software. However, I do not have that, so I always try to customize everything in Canva before I bring it over. And this time I made that mistake, but if you download the file that I have linked below, it has the words by itself and it also has the additional images by themselves. So highly recommend you check that out. So this is what the end product is looking like, and I unfortunately didn't get to actually print these out and make them for myself, but I hope you guys try out this project, and if you do, share them with me over on Instagram at HomeofChristyT, and don't forget to check out the free link down below so that you can make these yourself. Alright guys, that is going to be all for today's video. I do hope that you enjoyed coming along for today's video and all of these Valentine's Day inspired DIY crafts. I had so much fun making each of these, and I hope that you guys will try them out for yourself as well. And if you do not forget to share them with me over on Instagram at HomeofChristyT. I would love to see how your projects turned out. And as always, I will see you guys in next week's video. Bye!